Beethoven finished the Eroica about 12 months after he had finished the Second Symphony. I doubt whether in the whole history of the arts there's been such a great stride forward in so short a time, because although the Second Symphony already bears the unmistakable stamp of Beethoven's language, it is still kept somehow within the bounds of expression laid down by Haydn. But not the Eroica. Of course, it has very often been said that the Eroica opened a new page in the history of music, and may I add, not only because of its well-known connections with Napoleon and the ideals of the French Revolution. In fact, I believe it opens a new page in the history of human consciousness. It is Beethoven's embodiment of one of the oldest and most exalted human aspirations, the heroic ideal in its truest and purest sense, and it's one of the few works that really is aptly named. The symphony opens with two mighty hammer blows which signal its heroic character. Here's the opening. That is how Beethoven started this great symphony, and it is typical of him that it's hammered out with tremendous concentration from basically simple ideas. The sense of conflict is obvious and led in its early years to a number of attempts to explain the first movement in literal terms as a sort of heroic battle. I think we can see now that these explanations miss the point entirely. In fact, the more I think about it, the less I think the symphony has to do with Napoleon. This is Beethoven's genius working at white heat on the very essence of his ideal, to crystallize it in pure, abstract music. But although I think we should avoid the sort of literal explanations which can do nothing to help our understanding of the work as a whole, I do think that some analysis of the way in which Beethoven builds the first movement can help us to follow the inner, organic growth of the music, and so intensify our impressions of what we hear. Several things are already obvious. The main theme is utterly but deceptively simple, just an E-flat major chord, we think. But it's unfinished, and it's precisely because these four bars are so simple that the descent to C sharp, or is it D flat, we don't know yet, is so poignant and full of meaning. So if a theme doesn't strike us as particularly interesting or brilliant at first, we have to wait and see how Beethoven surrounds it. Not only with the appropriate aura, but he finds for each subject the necessary companions which enable its possibilities to develop to the fullest extent.